Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well. Just wanted to give a quick update on my progress for the 2-hydroxypropyl beta-cyclodextrin administration for my strategy to reduce atherosclerosis and clear the LDL in my arteries, specifically my peripheral arteries. My coronary scan was really good. CTCA came back pristine apparently from a cardiologist, which was very surprising. So basically, I've probably done about 7 days now. It's been just over a week. I've not managed to do it every day. Sometimes when I'm working morning shifts, I just can't do it. I've tried administering at night. Like some people do the 8 grams or 12 gram dose one time at night before they go to sleep, but I just can't do it. I did try it, but it just wasn't for me. I basically had like I described it as like a rumbling tummy, and I struggle to get to sleep. So I don't know if it's because previous to that I'd not been doing such a big dose. I found that my strategy is basically now to do it in the morning when I wake up. First thing, I'll just get out of bed, put the kettle on, make sure it's at a good boil, put it in a double-walled container with my mixing spoon. One of these, double-walled container with my mixing spoon, and then just fill it up to where I know it goes at the bottom to 8 milliliters of solution, which on this herb jar is just there. And then I've stopped having to weigh it out because I know that every small scoop of this is a gram. So I managed to pick up this spoon in one of my amino acid pouches. So it's just like a 1 gram spoon. So it's really convenient. 6 spoons, obviously with the sterilized water. It's filtered and then boiled. Make sure it gets to the right marks. Put the scoops on top and then stir it. It doesn't dissolve straight away, but the solubility is still good. It just takes a while. Obviously, I've told you it clumps to the spoon, but it's good. Like after you stir it for about a few minutes in the warm water, you have to let it cool down after it's come out of the kettle. But it cools down pretty fast in one of these. Obviously, it's such a small amount of liquid as well, 8 milliliters. So it does get to just under about 10 milliliters when it's combined in the applicator. I know, well, some people are giving me feedback to get a smaller syringe, but it's working fine for me. Like, I'm not bothered with a 60 ml syringe, but obviously I'm only really going to be using up to about 10 ml of solution. So it's just good, and obviously having the hose attachment's really easy to clean, and obviously because it's clear, I can see if it's clean or not, and it's just when I'm cleaning it, just make sure I have hot water to clear it out. But I just tend to use a bit of bleach on the hose, and then obviously this never sees any germs anyway. It's just this. So I do wipe it down with the sanitizer, and then, but no, it's going really well. Like obviously it's too early to tell if I'm getting any benefits from it. Like my main sort of data point is going to be I've got sort of venous insufficiency in one of my legs, and I'm putting that down to an occlusion. I still need to get tested. Still waiting, but I'm just trying to make progress. It's one of those things, it takes a while, and it's not like I can go private for everything because it costs a lot of money to do all these tests. But yeah, no, I try and do what I can. The blood tests aren't too expensive anyway. It costs me like £28 each one from an online facility in the UK. I basically just do a finger prick test and send it off. It's only 600 whatever it is, tiny amount in the fingerprint, just a small tube, I'll have to do a video on it when next time I'm doing it. Obviously not show you, but show you the kit that I have. It's really easy, and the results come back in like 2 to 3 days. But yeah, no, it's going well. It's going well. I from the research I've seen so far, like, it doesn't really matter what time of day you administer in terms of like its effect. But ideally you want to be taking it as far away from food as possible. And obviously the main thing is you're not having a bowel movement. So yeah, I've had 2 times where that's happened, where I've applied it and then I've had to take a bowel movement within 2 hours. But I've always been able to keep it where it needs to be for at least an hour every time. And my strategy at the moment is I do 2 6-gram dosages instead of like 1 12-gram or 1 8-gram or 1 10-gram or whatever. I spread it out by like 2 to 3 hours, because I'm normally waking up at about 7 o'clock in the morning, so it means I can get my first administration done about 6:30, because it doesn't take me long anymore to sort it all out. Just making sure it's sterile is the main thing, and obviously cleaning, making sure afterwards it's been sterilised. The actual making of it's literally like 6 scoops, the water, and then you just stir for a few minutes. And it's just quite easy to make. Obviously, like Cavidex, the tubes you get pre-bought from Rencol is more convenient, but the expense of them is just considerably more. It's basically the same product anyway. I've been doing my research. Most manufacturers with the IV grade powders are producing it at a similar purity. The only main difference is the molecular substitution. I've still got to do more research on that. And obviously the degree of substitution is 7 times the molecular substitution. So from all the research I've done, most manufacturers are doing it between a degree of substitution of 3.5 to 6. So I don't know what is the best sort of degree of substitution to utilise. For me, the main thing is just the purity, and most manufacturers I've contacted have given me COAs with the purity of 99.2%, 99.5, something like that. It's not really that much different. Like, the process of making it's the same everywhere. You use your beta-dex and then you just turn it into 2-hydroxypropyl beta-cyclodextrin. That's why you have a percentage contaminant of beta-dex, and obviously the propylene glycol as well are the main 2 impurities. As I say, like the main sort of thing you have to monitor is kidney function. I've only got 1 kidney, but obviously my EGFR tested before I started, and I will get my EGFR tested during the process. Hopefully after a month we'll see, and hopefully it will stay where it needs to. I know some people that have done like IV administration, they've seen more of a reaction in the kidney function, and some people aren't testing it, which is, it's not great, to be honest. But obviously when you do have kidney problems, you'll have like blood in your urine, or you'll have trouble in that regard. Back pain's another one that indicates kidney troubles. So if you start getting back pain as well, definitely, I mean, you should be getting it monitored anyway, and it shouldn't be something that deteriorates kidney function so fast. It should, if it is having any effect, it should take a while. So that's why regular monitoring is so important. Another side effect reported is the hearing loss, but so far, well, my dosage isn't really high anyway, but so far I've not seen anything that would stipulate that that's happening. And when I have sort of done research on the matter, it seems to be a rare occurrence. It might be a genetic variant, but yeah, it's one of those things. We still need a lot more research into this, which is why it's good that I can do something like this myself and share the data I've given and also the data that I've found in terms of like the COAs from the products that I'm doing research into, and everything else. So yeah, no, it's going well, and hopefully we'll see some results. Like I said, the main thing is trying to get my leg better. My coronary arteries are fine, and we'll see how we get on. But yeah, no, it's definitely something that I'd consider doing, but obviously under medical supervision. I am speaking to, I've already told my lipidologist that I'm doing this. They had no idea what I was going on about. I told them to do more research into it, so we'll see. I've still not received the email or the letter from them, but they're quite slow. So we'll see how we get on. But yeah, no, I'm doing everything I can and following the science. That's the main thing. Just following the science and applying it. And hopefully we'll get some more science on this in the near future. But like I said, safety of it's quite good. It's just the kidney function thing that's the main concern. And so it's good. If you are considering doing this, make sure you're doing stuff like that. And the hearing thing, we'll see. If I start noticing a bit of hearing difficulty or loss in that regard, then I will have to take a hearing test, and then I can also cease using it. But so far, obviously I've only been doing a week, and in total I've probably administered I've averaged about just under 10 gram a day. Recently I've been doing 2 6-gram dosages, one at 7:30 and one at about like 11 o'clock on my days off. And then I'm making sure that I'm staying hydrated, drinking a lot of water, because obviously it's going to be excreted via the kidneys and in my urine. So I do drink a lot of water. Plus, obviously with the water it increases blood volume. So I'm hoping that would help it to basically interact where it needs to be, which is in the artery wall. The particle itself is very lipophilic. So that's why it works so well in clearing the LDL from the artery wall. The studies are in their infancy, so it's not definitive yet. But yeah, it's just a really fascinating thing and a really promising thing. Like it's crazy how something so simple could possibly provide such impactful results. So we will see, and hope everyone else is doing well. I'm going to continue to try and find the best supplier. Obviously, the one I've got at the moment's very good. My contact is amazing. They are very communicative, very helpful. The COA was the best one I've seen in terms of how detailed it was. It's just been a great experience so far, and I'm hoping to learn so much more. And then obviously share what I have learned, and any feedback as well. I want to learn off other people. So it'd be great if anyone can give me some feedback on their experiences, because obviously the data from the research papers is quite sparse, and if there is any out there, it's quite hard to access too. So we will see. But yeah, hope you're doing well, and definitely basically look into it. Do your research though. Don't just jump into it. Make sure you've got a good quality product. COA. I mean, I'm free to share my supplier. They are the best I've had a contact with so far, and I am speaking to others. Like I say, the price on mine was $208 per kilogram, including delivery. I've had quotes at $103 per kilogram, including delivery. And then in the UK, it's basically just make sure it's specified as for research purposes. It's because basically it is. That's all I'm doing. I'm not using it to sell. I'm basically just making sure I'm applying it, get my results, and then hopefully it'll be doing what it's in theoretically should be doing. But yeah, no, it's exciting times. We'll see. It's gonna be interesting. But yeah, make sure you look after yourselves, keep living your best lives, and I'll see you soon. Love you loads. Bye.